What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. Tuesday, the 25th of January. About to close out another month, guys. Closing it out later on this weekend, and it's going to be a big week. Started off Monday with another big day. Obviously, if you want the full recap of what we did for last week, ended up having a rough closeout to the week, but still, it was another week where nothing to complain about when you still turn a profit. Doesn't matter if it's a big profit, little profit. Every day that we wake up, the only thing that matters, it doesn't matter about your record, it doesn't matter about your winning percentages or anything like that. It only matters about your ROI and what did you profit and how much. If you profit and you went to sleep with more money than you woke up with that day, then it was a good day. That's the only thing that we worry about. Case in point, we've had a lot of new people follow the channel, follow the company over the past 6 weeks or so, and case in point, they kept saying, it does matter about your winning percentages. It does matter about, your record and all this stuff, because you cannot have a losing record and you cannot go out there and go, 2-2, 1-1, 3-3, and have these even days and make money. You cannot truly turn profit by doing that. And case in point, last week, it was one of those days where I was almost happy that it took place, because we got to prove it by some of these people that were viewers. Some of them had already bought short-term packages just to see if maybe, what they were hearing was true, so on and so forth. And we had a 2-2 day. We literally went 2 plays in the NHL, 2 plays in college basketball, and we had a top play in each one. So we dropped 2 plays. We dropped the premium plays. We won both of the top plays, and we made over 3 units of pure profit on a day where we went 2-2. So to say that it's not possible just shows that you're dealing with someone that doesn't know bankroll management, doesn't know the financial aspects of this, and doesn't know anything about how to invest, and that the record, while great, you want to have a winning record, you want to have a good winning percentage, because that just means you're making more money, that all these people that can come out here and go, yeah, we went, 6-4 or 6-3 and want to brag like it's a good day, but don't want to talk about the ROI and the profit, that 6-3 or 4-2 or 5-1 may not mean very much, may not mean anything. It might mean you lost. Again, there are people out there that have winning days and win more games than they lose, and are sitting there saying, oh, we're hitting 60%, but yet you're at a 10% negative in your ROI and your actual P&L. So it's all about profit, and that's all we care about. So yesterday we did a members only video, and that was giving out because what we do if you are a member of the YouTube channel is $25 a month. But what you get is every single week you're going to get 2, 3, sometimes even 4 days where you're going to get plays that only get released for those YouTube members. It might be some big money line plays that did not get released on the premium card. Some of them might even be leans that didn't quite make the cut, but we still have money on them. Some of them, are just plays that we give out for those members that might be on the card. But you get over $25 worth of value in a single day. But you get 3 or 4 of those days every week, and then also once every week you get a top play. Well, a top play, a daily top play, I charge $25 for just one of my daily top plays. Just one. So paying $25 and only getting that daily top play, you've then gotten your money's worth. But you get one once every week for an entire month, which would cost you $100 if you just went to the site and did it. So if you're a member of the site and you're doing short-term stuff, or even long-term all-access stuff, it's well worth becoming a YouTube member, getting exclusive content, exclusive videos, exclusive picks that you cannot get any other way. So we did a video. We recapped the entire week. I will do on tomorrow's video. I'll do a quick rundown of the week. I'm not going to go as in-depth as I did on that members-only video, because that was a 30-minute long video. We touched on every single play, but we will go over the records for each sport, then as a total profit and loss and everything, and show that it was another week where profit was made. And the week coming off of that, making almost 30 units, was incredible. So 2022 has been nothing short of an absolute success. We're going to keep it going, and we're going to make this the best January, on record, period. And it starts out with a big Monday yesterday. So we had a big day. to be honest with you, probably one of the more large, on the large side, Monday cards that we've had in the past, really, truth be told, almost 2 months, because Mondays are usually not a day where a ton of action's going on, so it's a little bit harder to find an edge and things like that when you don't have as much to choose from. But yesterday was a big day, so real quick, we'll do a recap on that, tell you what we've got going on. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every single time a video goes up. There is no set time that videos go out, so you want to make sure that you can get not only the free play that we give out, but any type of promotions, discounts, if there's a big play release, something like that. You want to be able to capitalize on that the second the video comes out, where you don't, by chance miss out on it or something like that. So make sure that you hit the notification bell. It will trust me, it will benefit you to do so. And then also what we did is we promised you guys during the New Year's promotions that we were running, that we were going to be running some additional promos right before the price increases. We were going to do it at the very, very end of the month, but I said, you know what? With all going on at the end of the month, what we've got coming up with the Super Bowl right there at the beginning of February, I'm going to be doing some traveling then. Let's go ahead and get that done now. So this weekend we released it where I did not only those promotions promised, but I did earlier than normal my MLB early bird special. Now everybody's talked about, oh, MLB's in a lockout, they're not going to play this year. I can assure you that MLB will play in 2022. And it's not because I have some crystal ball or that I've gotten some information that maybe you don't. It's that I know from being the MLB king, following that sport inside and out for my entire life, but from a business standpoint, following that sport more in depth than anybody in this industry has ever thought to, just based on my love for the game and how much money we make from that sport, I can assure you that MLB, from a financial standpoint, take teams out of it. Major League Baseball as an organization cannot afford to not play an entire season. Now, that's one thing if they back it up a couple weeks or, a week of games doesn't get played. But even then, if you look at teams outside of the obvious, your Dodgers, Braves this year, which Braves might end up falling in that category anyway, because they are a very successful franchise, on paper, outside of what they do on the field. Financially, they're a very successful franchise. But the Dodgers, obviously, Red Sox, Yankees, the normal, your Houston Astros, those are teams that will be okay. I mean, they could honestly go through another COVID year and they still wouldn't go anywhere. But you would have some teams where if we had another year of COVID like we did in 2020, where they didn't have any fans and they almost didn't play an entire season, you would have teams like the Orioles, the Rays, Oakland, all these teams. I mean, truth be told, Texas was building that brand new stadium and still not being able to recoup financially what they planned on doing in just the first physical year. You would have teams go bankrupt. You would have teams being sold. You would have teams not being able to sell and just dissolving. And I guarantee you that if that happened, MLB would lose 4 teams, period. And you would see another 3 to 5 teams not be in the cities that they once were, be under different names, so on and so forth. Teams like Seattle, again, Baltimore, Oakland, Tampa Bay, Miami's in some debt, even though they're backed by who they back by. They need a couple of more years of success and bringing in the revenue that they're bringing in to be where they can consider themselves comfortable. These teams cannot afford to not play a full season, and especially these small market teams. And and I'm worried about Oakland this year if there's not going to be something announced where they end up moving, the team getting sold more than likely, and then moving to a different city, and now Oakland is out of sports altogether. Yeah, you got Golden State and San Francisco, and those guys still just across the bridge, but the Raiders that were the lifeblood of Oakland, they're gone. And I've already told you my thoughts. If a team gets sold or a team dissolves, anything like that, Vegas would get a team. And I've told you that my thoughts were that, and I hope it doesn't happen. I love the Coliseum. I love the Oakland A's as what they mean for that city and that community. And I love small market baseball. I really do believe that Vegas would get a team and it would end up being the Oakland A's. They would just take Oakland and bring it all to Vegas. And I hope that doesn't happen. So you're going to see the owners that are trying to be greedy, MLB that's trying to be greedy, but then blame it on the players and the owners when Rob Manfred's the worst commissioner in the history of sports. I'm telling you right now, as soon as we get into February and we get into that 3-week mark where, okay, 3 weeks before players are supposed to report for spring training and there's still no deal on the table, you're going to see feet get held to the fire. And within a week, you're going to start seeing serious discussions, and you're going to start seeing verbal deals get made, and they're going to start coming to the table being real. Does that mean that at the very end of March that we're going to have an opening day where all 30-plus teams play? No, that doesn't mean that. But does that mean that you will have baseball this year? Yes, and you will have baseball in April. You might not have it the very last week of March, but I can promise you this. Before May of 2022, you will have baseball in full swing. There's just no way Major League Baseball, the owners, the teams, especially the money that they're spending on these big name players. Like, look at the Scherzer deal that was done in the offseason. You look at deals that have been done in recent years with Trout, with Harper, with Machado, with Vlad Jr., who's going to get an enormous contract when the time comes. Bo Bichette, the same thing. You're looking at Ronald Acuna. What I told you about Ozzie Albies, he's coming around. He's going to get one. You look at people like Bregman going with new representation. Same thing with Carlos Correa, who is end up now in pinstripes. Again, I guess it's good being that we sold off our entire team, but you know how I feel. Javier Baez getting a huge contract with Detroit. My favorite player, makes me sick to my stomach that he's officially not going to be a Cub anymore, but I'm happy for him, and I'm certainly not upset with the organization that he went to, because I told you how I feel about Detroit and the way they're coming up. And I think this only solidifies that, and I think they're on their way to a much-deserved championship for that city. So just all these things, San Diego spending the money that they have, like we talked about with Machado. You're talking about, even their smaller time players that they brought in, the ones that didn't get a lot of publicity in what the contracts actually were. Like with you, Darvish, everyone was focused on the two key players that were signing, contracts anywhere from $325 to $400 million. You can't afford not to play games and get every dime you can when you're signing contracts like that to a single player. So it's going to happen this year, guys. There's going to be baseball. I do think that I think one good thing that could come out of it is if they delay the season by a couple of weeks, then we will not get this big extended playoff format, at least not now. And it'll stay the same playoff structure that it has been since the last, CBA, and when they did, actual collective bargaining talk, and it changed the playoff structure to bring the way wild card is the way we know it now. I do believe that we'll get to keep that, which I am hopeful of. That's what I want. I do not want to see more teams in the playoff, making it, just a joke in and of itself, saying that, all you have to do is be a 500 team at best, and you're going to get in, and even teams below you could make wild card. It's a joke. It takes the integrity of the game away. It makes the regular season all but, a crapshoot, and I don't want that. So anyway, my Major League Baseball season is too cheap as it is. We charge $2,500 for it for the entire season. That gives you every premium and daily top play from opening day all the way through the postseason, all the way through the World Series. Obviously, the only thing not included is games of the week, month, and year. But with the amount of money that we make there is nobody in this industry that can even come close to what we do in baseball. That's the way I built my name, is people finding me because of baseball. And it's $2,500 for the year. And people happily pay it. And there would be people that have paid that if I told them it was $5,000 this year, they still wouldn't hesitate to pay it, because they know they're going to make that back and be sitting in substantial profit by the end of their first 30 days. So, but every year we always go through a week where it's our big early bird week, if you will. Usually we charge $9.99 during that early bird week, which we still do, but that is usually about 2 weeks before opening day. We have done an extra starting 2 years ago, or the year right before COVID. We started doing it where we did an extra early bird week that would last just a handful of days, but we would allow you to get it even cheaper, and that was targeting more of those, newcomers that had never been with me before, that you knew they were going to end up missing out on the season because they were going to wait till the All-Star break to say, like, all right, I know you're serious now, and now you still have to pay a $2,500 premium to get the season pass. So early bird, $499. I limit it to 5 spots that I do on social media, 5 spots that I do for video viewers, 5 spots for returning clients, so 15 spots in total. I will still have the $9.99 early bird once spring training starts, but, again, that's a couple of weeks out. And then once that week is over, it is $2,500. There will be no discounts. There will be no coupon codes. People will pay it. They will pay it with a smile on their face because they know the amount of money they'll make, whether they pay $2,500 or $25,000 for it. So, but if you want the full Major League Baseball season for $499, you can do so. Because again, we released 15 packages in total, or 15 spots in total. 5 of them are already gone. So make sure if you want it, reach out to me on Twitter at PixChase. The handle will be in the description of this video. Reach out, tell me you want it. We'll go ahead and get you linked up. That way you get the full season for, literal pennies on the dollar for what you would pay if you waited just a few weeks to sign up and had to pay a full $2,500. A top play year, which means you get 1 full year of every daily top play, game of the week, game of the month, game of the year in all sports. Don't get premium plays, just the big top plays. Usually that's a $3,000 membership. Usually at the beginning of the year we do $1,500. I'm doing that for $499 as well. 5 spots for social media viewers, 5 spots for video viewers. So again, we still have some left for that. So you can reach out on Twitter for that. A week pass, 7 days, is usually $199 for the week. It gives you every premium and daily top play. Obviously no games of the week, month, or anything like that. But it's usually $199 for 7 days. We've been running a sale this year for $99 for the week, but you can get it for even cheaper, $49.99 for an entire week. And you can actually buy 2 weeks at a time if you want to. So you can pay $99 and get 14 days. Again, reach out on Twitter. We've got some of those spots left. And all of this stuff has a different coupon code. So we'll give you the coupon code. You go to the site, you click what you want, you enter it in at checkout, boom, your discount applies. And then for the remaining seasons that we have going on, college basketball, NHL, and NBA, you can get either one of those you want for $199 a piece. And we open 5 spots for video viewers for each one of those. And also, if you come to us and say, all right, how many spots you got left? And I say, well, I've got 2 of each left. And you say you want to get all 3 of them because it's only going to cost you $600. I discount you even further, give you a coupon code to buy the triple header, the remainder of all 3 seasons through the playoffs and championships. And it would be the equivalent of $149 a piece. So you would only be paying $450 and you get the rest of all 3 of those seasons. And then, of course, the Mac Daddy of them all, the 1-year all access pass, that's usually $5,000. On February the 1st, that will now be $7,000 for the year, which is still too cheap. But you can get it for $19.99. So $2,000 gets you everything, 1 full year of absolutely every play released in every sport. You'll get baseball, you'll get games of the week, month, year, everything. That's where the money is made. That's where the VIPs and the true people that want to earn money like a business, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, that's the package they go with. So get onto it while you can for what's getting ready to be a $5,000 discount for the price you would have to pay come February the 1st. So that's what we've got going on. Make sure you jump on, follow me on Twitter, DM me. Myself or one of the staff will get back to you until these spots are sold out. Do not wait, because when this video goes live, I'm telling you now, people are going to start coming fast. And come this time tomorrow, there won't be any spots left, especially for that Major League Baseball. So anyway, let's get on a recap for what we did yesterday real quick. NBA had 1 play, took OKC as an underdog, plus 2.5. They lost by a single point, so a win there and a 1-0 day. Again, a sweep in the NBA. NCAA basketball was where all the money was made yesterday, and we started out with a loss, sadly. We did take a money line play on Northeastern. Honestly, if it wouldn't have been for the careless fouls at the end, they could have won that game by 3 to 4 points, but they ended up losing by 3, 4 points, maybe even 5 points. I forgot the final actual score, but they lose the game, and we dropped that minus 140. Some people said they got it at 135, but we lose that play. Okay, because we pick it back up with an underdog play on Binghamton +5. That was an easy winner there. Actually released the money line at plus $1.75 as a free play on Twitter. They not only won the game outright, they blew the doors off of Hartford. So it was an easy win there, and the book was just completely wrong and just on the wrong side of it. So luckily you have somebody like me who was on the right side of it making you money. So a nice underdog winner there. After not necessarily fading the Tar Heels in one game and then laying off of them for 2 games, which I told certain clients to do and they didn't listen, that was the time where I said, all right, it's time to come back, play it. They honestly most people thought the Tar Heels were going to lose last night to Virginia Tech, and nobody thought they were going to cover a 4-point spread. We took them as a premium play -4. They won by double digits. So congrats to my Tar Heels there for another winner. Murray State -17, an easy blowout from start to finish. Grambling -9, another easy winner. Texas Southern -10.5. We did drop. They pulled players early. They allowed too many just wide open, drive-in shots. Nobody guarding them because they wanted the clock to keep running, which cost them a 15-point win to be just under what they needed at 10.5. And we ended up losing that game because of it. But we back it up with a top play winner on Southern University, -20. They ended up winning. I mean, it was a ridiculous blowout for a top play. So 5-2 right there, 6-2 if you also played that plus 175 money line with a top play winner. Again, a sweep in the NBA. We did drop some NHL yesterday, but we're going to talk about that with the free play I'm going to give you because the Golden Knights Capitals over 5.5. That was an absolute embarrassment, but also a very good showing by both goalies. So we did drop that. Now, we did pick up the game after that, Canadians and the Wild over 5.5 goals. That one went over in the second period, and it ended up being there was over 10 goals scored in regulation last night. So easy win there. But we're going to talk about what happened with the Vegas game and how we're going to bring that back tonight. So congratulations to everybody on a great Monday. We're going to get on a big Tuesday. Here's some free plays for you. As at this moment, let's see, 7:05 p.m. Vegas is on the road taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Total at 5.5. The over is -$1.30. So it's a little bit high, but I'm taking the over 5.5 for 2 reasons. Number one, Carolina's been giving up a lot of goals lately. They've been focused more on fast pace of play and their offensive production more than figuring out where they have a true edge with a goaltender. So they're scoring goals, but they're giving up a lot of goals at the same time. And we know how fast Vegas is and how well they do as far as putting the puck in the back of the net. So there's no question that Vegas is going to be able to come out, even on tired legs, and be able to put a couple in the back of the net with ease. I think Vegas scores at least 3 tonight. And not only that, Vegas went out and used their best goaltender last night, their best road goaltender. So they're going with about half the caliber of goalie tonight. Back-to-back nights of play, back-to-back road games, and with as many shots on goal as they shot last night, I just think that this is going to be the prime example for them to not only have almost 40 true shots on goal that they stopped last night, a team to be able to put a few in the back of the net just from careless mistakes. This is a game that should have opened up at 6.5 just based on what happened last night and the amount of points that Carolina has given up in their last few games. But honestly, I think that the public will probably do what the public does. They'll look at it and say, oh, look what happened last night. Teams are on tired legs. They'll be going slow. They will. They'll be going slow, which means that instead of skating around trying to find open shots, it's just going to fire pucks at the net all night, and careless mistakes will allow at the very least 2 to 3 goals, not to mention Carolina's the home team. They're going to pick up 1 or 2 off of that. And the fact that they struggle against fast teams. At the beginning of the game, before those tired legs really come into play for Vegas, they are going to utilize their speed and be able to put 1 or 2 in the back of the net just off of their speed alone. So I think this game flies over the total of 5.5. And for your premium play, We're going to go over 5.5 goals at minus $1.30. Vegas Golden Knights at Carolina Hurricanes. And that is your free premium play. Now, one extra play for you that I want to give you. We're going to go with a money line play on a team that's on like a 5 or 6 game losing streak versus a team that would be the same way outside of one lonely win to UNLV. Air Force and San Jose State take on each other tonight. Obviously, San Jose State being the home team. I'm seeing lines anywhere from minus 1 point to minus 1.5. Doesn't matter. We're taking San Jose State minus $1.20 on the money line. I think this is a game where you have two teams that are fairly evenly matched. Air Force would have the edge in quite a few spots if it wasn't for just overall speed. They have speed factors that allow them to not be such an underdog in certain spots with certain, position type play, especially when it comes to defense. So I think that in and of itself is going to keep them right there in the game. I do think there will be some home court advantage here, and the fact that you've got a team on such a big losing streak right now. We all know it's sports. It's all going to come to an end at some point. And if you just look at the way both of these teams have played all year and how their season kind of goes in a 3 to 4 game span, this is the perfect situation for San Jose to come out and play and look like a completely opposite team, truthfully. So I do believe that because we are getting an accurate line of 1 to 1.5 based on the way that they've played here recently, the losses that they've taken, the margin of losses that they've taken, we are getting a gift. It's accurate based on that, but it's a gift nonetheless in a game that I think that if you really dug deeper and looked at it from a 10,000-foot full season view, you would have San Jose laying 4.5 to 5 in this game. So I'm gladly going to take San Jose just to win the game outright at minus $1.20. That is a late game in college basketball. Big night tonight. 2 top plays. Go get them. We're going to have some big releases this week. Potential game of the year. Go to Twitter. Get with me. DM me what big promotion you want before all the prices go up. These promotions end. All the spots fill up. So you can start winning with us today. Love you guys. Congrats on another big day yesterday. Go to chasewins.com. Get on the package of your choice. Start making money today. Everything comes with a pure profit guarantee. I love you guys, and for everybody that joins us, I'll see you in the winner's circle. Good luck, guys.